So what I wanted to do with this video is just do a quick overview of my initial thoughts and opinions of the Nintendo Switch. I can't rate the console for the review it deserves after a few years of being out, because this is the initial launch. So take this with a grain of salt and understand that this is from a launch perspective. So we're talking about the new Nintendo Switch. It's the hybrid console, mobile, home console kind of thing that they developed. This is a very good system, and it's very snappy. It powered up instantly for me. There was no snafus. I just had to enter in my email and password and link my account if I wanted to go online, but I didn't even have to do that just to start the console up. So big ups to Nintendo for that. I can't stand not even being able to start the console itself up without having to enter in some username and password. That's kind of crappy to do. Do you guys like the footage in the background I'm using? It's just simple B-roll footage. I thought it would be nice to get multiple angles of the Switch instead of one static image and me talking about it. So the Switch itself is pretty light. I have yet to really use it in the mobile sense because I've only had it for a few days, but I will be using it this weekend in a mobile aspect. And what I'm going to be doing with it is basically just playing Zelda on it. I bought Zelda, Bomberman, and a dance game. The dance game's for my daughter, and honestly, Bomberman is too. I like Bomberman, but it's really not one of those hardcore titles that I was going to pay for myself, but I figured that Zelda alone would get a little bit boring. But besides those games there aren't really many other games that you can get right now. You can get a racing game, you can get a Shovel Knight, and you can get an RPG, and you can get 1-2 Switch, and I think that's it. I might have missed one other one, but there's not a lot of games. Now, that's not to say that later in its life, the Switch's life, that things won't go a lot better for it, just like with the Wii, and just like with the Super Nintendo during its launch. Launching as a system is kind of difficult if you don't have a butt ton of software to go with it. One of the worst things I can say about the Switch right now is that it just does not have anything else going for it other than whatever games you buy for it. If anything, this is a game console through and through. And while I would originally say that, hey, game consoles are meant to be game consoles, you're competing with things like an Xbox One and a PlayStation 4 and older systems as well, like the 360 and the PS3, which actually did support Netflix and YouTube. So if a lot of people deem these boxes, these consoles, their media devices, if you don't have a lot of money and you buy one as an all-encompassing device and they hear that the Switch can't do YouTube or Netflix, well, guess what? Your competition just got over on you. So that's why it's important to have these competing apps, even if it's not that big of a deal to you personally as a gamer. It's competition, and competition keeps the market healthy. And because of the lack of anything else to do with the Nintendo Switch, I haven't had much time with it other than playing Zelda. Don't get me wrong, Zelda's great and it deserves a review on its own because it's almost a perfect game. Without question, I truly am having a great time and enjoying it. But as for the system itself, unless you're buying it for Zelda, you're probably going to be wasting your money at this point in time. If you can find one, if you can even get one. I wouldn't buy it off eBay for like $400 or $500. I spent $600 on my entire console package. I bought 3 games, I got the extra controller, and I got a screen guard as well as the system and Zelda. You get it. It's what you do when you're investing in a whole new system that's going to last you for a couple years. But the price, it isn't really comparable to what there is right now as of now. I know it's going to come down the road, so personally, for me, it's just a waiting game, and it's not that big of a problem for me. But for a lot of other people who don't have the money, as aforementioned, they might not go out and sell their console just to get the Switch, which is exactly what Nintendo really needs for people to do. They need to take away their competition and get people to buy the Nintendo Switch in order for their business to thrive even higher than what it is now. There are plenty of people out there that I know who only have one game console, and it really depends on how much, how cheap, and what the game console provides. So for the Switch itself, it's a comfortable console. It's great to have, really cool to show off, and the Zelda game is great, and along with the dance game. I mean, my daughter seems to really enjoy it. But as far as playing multiple games on it, yeah, you're going to be suffering for a little bit of time. But if you can stick it out, the Nintendo Switch is a really cool console, and I'm looking forward to detailing its mobile performance and how I used it in the long run, maybe later this week. You guys have yourselves a great day. I've been your host, Protomari, and I'm signing out. As always, good gaming, God bless, share this to a friend, and have yourselves a great day.